and today I have got a BLE friendly Zuppa Toscana. So if you're interested in that recipe, stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. If you are new here, my name is Pamela and I like to share deliciously easy plant-based recipes. So if those are the types of videos that you like to watch, be sure to click that little red subscribe button down below along with the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. Today, I am making over my vegan Zuppa Toscana recipe. That is one of my more popular recipes on the channel here. I get lots of compliments on it, but I made it before I started the Bright Line Eating lifestyle. So it is not BLE friendly if you're on the weight loss version of the Bright Line Eating plan. So I went ahead and changed it so that it works with the weight loss plan. So let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so to start off with, I am going to dice up an onion, and I'm going to dice it up pretty finely. And I'm using this new knife that I got for Christmas, so it's really sharp. So I'm trying not to cut myself. It's also a lot longer than the knife I normally use, so I'm not quite used to it yet. So I'm trying not to like lob off a finger. Yeah, so if you notice me chopping not as quickly as normal, that is why. Although you might not be able to tell because it's sped up. But anyway, so I am dicing up this onion and I'm going to saute it over medium-high heat. And then I've got these 2 turnips. And as always, a link to the principal recipe I'll put in the description box down below. So I'm going to dice up these turnips instead of potatoes. So this is how I am making this Bright Line Eating friendly. So I'm going to go ahead and use turnips instead of potatoes. And I'm going to slow down the video here in just a second. And I'm going to show you a really super easy way to de-rib kale. So I'm going to show you the fast way here. And then as soon as I stir these onions. So pull the leaves on either side and then just kind of pinch the stem between your fingers and pull, and it pulls that tough rib out super easy. And then I'll show you another one really quick. So you're just going to dice up the turnips, and then you're going to take the stems off of your kale and give those a run through with your knife. Make sure everything's all diced up while your onions are sauteing. I'll show you again really quick. See how simple that is? All right. And I am water sauteing or water caramelizing, whichever you want to call it, my onions as usual. And basically you just kind of want to let them sit there until they get a little bit brown, and then pour in some water to pull up that brown, kind of caramelized sugars off of the bottom. To get that flavor up off of the bottom and into your soup. So here's that second turnip, and I'm dicing that a little bit bigger, but not too big. And there's the brown caramelized sugars from the onions. Pour a little bit of water, pull that up off the bottom. And those onions are looking pretty good, so I'm going to put the spices in and stir those around, heat them up until they are nice and toasted. And then I'm going to put in the vegetable broth and the turnips. And then after I've put the turnips in and I've cleared off my cutting board, I'm going to go ahead and run my knife through the kale. And you want the kale not too small, but not so big that you've got like these big chunks that won't fit on your spoon. So just kind of run your knife through them a couple of times, and then I'm just kind of looking there, making sure there's not any pieces that are too large. Now the original recipe I did in my Instant Pot, this one I'm doing stovetop, just to kind of show you a different way of doing it. I will have directions for both on the written recipe. Because I'm doing this stovetop, I can add the coconut milk now. If you're doing this in your Instant Pot, add the coconut milk after you've pressure cooked it. Then I'm going to add salt and pepper to taste here. And once I've got everything all combined, put the lid on and let it cook for 20 to 30 minutes or so, basically until those turnips are nice and soft, fork tender, along with the kale. So however you like your turnips and your kale, however soft you like them. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you how I served it up. So I take a slotted spoon and I'm going to serve up 6 ounces of the veggies. And I did a live video in my Facebook group, which if you're not in my Facebook group, you should be. I will put a link in the description box down below. These are the Corelle bowls, and they ended up being too small. You'll see in a second. So 6 ounces of veggies, and then I'm gonna put 6 ounces of, these are cannellini beans, and I can already tell that this Corelle bowl is too small. So these other bowls are huge, and I talked about these 2 different bowls in one of my live videos. And I'll put a link to both these bowls in the description down below. But these other bowls are humongous. They hold 52 ounces. I love them. And then I'm going to put 10 ounces of broth. So the 10 ounces of broth is 8 ounces of vegetable broth, which you get free as a condiment, and 2 ounces of coconut milk, which counts as your fat serving. So that is basically one whole meal. So you've got your protein, your vegetables, and your fat, along with your veggie broth as a condiment. So there it is. That's the Zuppa Toscana recipe. And this turned out so good. Even my husband was amazed that without potatoes, it tasted just like the original recipe. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And after you've made this recipe, be sure to come back and leave me a comment below letting me know what you thought. I'll see you next time.